Shalom. Again, throughout the summer, we are interviewing members of our community to talk to them a little bit about B'nai Jacob Synagogue. I'm with a dear, dear friend, someone who I think is one of the first people I met. Took me on a tour of Charleston when I first came here. And then the week after I came, I think he took me to Canal State Forest and showed me a lot more about West Virginia. I'm with Ted Canner. Ted has, as we were just talking, served pretty much every single position here at the synagogue, with the exception of financial secretary, which of course his dad of beloved memory served with distinction. The Canner family is one of our finest families here at B'nai Jacob Synagogue, and I'm just proud to call Ted my friend. And I'd like to talk a little bit about B'nai Jacob Synagogue. So welcome, Ted.
Thank you. I'm glad you stayed despite meeting me. Very nice.
Well, I have incredible memories, but tell me your memories. What do you remember about B'nai Jacob?
Well, you're agreeing to stay after meeting me. If I had anything to do with it, that's the best work I've done for this. What do I remember? Of course, I've lived here all my life. My family, my father, my grandparents were always very active in B'nai Jacob. So we have a very long legacy with the synagogue. Earliest memories, like most people, going to Hebrew school, going to Sunday school, playing basketball, always had an active church league program. The classes were much bigger then. I was bar mitzvahed in 1966, and I think we had 16 or 17 kids in our bar mitzvah class. And even on the basketball teams, there were a couple of years where we had to split into two teams to have enough to play basketball. But it was always fun. We played ball before Hebrew school, after Hebrew school. The Hebrew school teachers were Reverend Samuels and Cannon Reese. Training for the bar mitzvah then was a little different because we had more help at the shul, where Rabbi Cooper worked with us only on our speech, but worked a lot with us on our speech. Cannon Reese worked with us on leading the service, the Shacharis Nusaf. And Reverend Samuels worked with us on our Haftorah, on our Mafra portions. So there was a division of labor. Unfortunately, as the numbers have gotten smaller, you've had to shoulder everything yourself, which you've done a great job. But there was more of a division of labor then.
Which was the hardest piece for you?
Oh, the hardest piece for me. I don't know. None of them, because I'd gone to shul, I don't remember having a great deal of difficulty with any of them. I had all of them, I knew all the principles through Hebrew school, so there wasn't a surprise. What happened in 1968, I was bar mitzvah in 1966. In 1968, Cannon Reese died unexpectedly. And up to then, he had led all the services other than the bar mitzvahs. And when he died, then there was a void as to who was to lead the services because Rabbi Cooper didn't really do it. Mr. Samuels didn't really do it. And what the board decided to do at that time was to enlist all of the recent bar mitzvah kids and assigned us to lead the services on Saturday morning. Because I had been bar mitzvah about a year and a half before he passed. I was on that list. Kerry Levinson, Stuart Bloom, other people in our bar mitzvah class. And we were assigned the task on a rotating basis of leading services. It's sad for the reason that it happened, but because of that, to this day, I continue to lead services.
I know that that's the origin, because that's one of the things I've always taken pride that you call different people up to lead services, and they're prepared. They can do that that year.
And if you think about it, people that are about my age can still do that today. So that was sort of a bittersweet memory, but I've always enjoyed leading service. That was a big part of my life. I'm 66 years old. Other than when I've lived out of town during college and law school, I've been in this building every week of my life, and most of those weeks, most days of the week, and I continue that today. So it's a very special place to me. With my family, my father being active and being one of 5 children and 3 sons, in our proximity to the show, we got many, many calls to be the 8th, 9th, 10th people for minions. So we were making minions at an early age, and that's when it was 7:30, and we had to pick up and do what we did. So the show has just been a very integral part of my life. Shelley has been in Charleston with me now for well over 40 years, and of course she's become as active in the show as I have. She just fit right in. She's been president of Ladies Auxiliary. She's been involved with every activity at the synagogue. My kids were all involved with going through the system. So it's a major, major part of my life, and I can't express my feelings of gratitude for the synagogue and for you as well.
Well, I mean, just hearing you talk, I know that when we get to the 125th, and you'll have people from out of town coming in, you could probably talk all day about all the different things that you've experienced here. This might be a tougher question then. what if somebody asks you, what does this institution mean to you?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say?
Well, other than my family in Charleston, it probably means more to me than anything else or any other institution. It's been so ingrained in me. When we had the 100th anniversary of the synagogue, I was fortunate to be president at that time. And we also had a lot of reunion activities at the big dinner. Rabbi Cooper came in to speak. Rabbi Landau came in. And I was honored to be the master of ceremonies at that dinner, which was very exciting. But what does it mean to me? I can't even begin to describe the building, the congregation, the people that are involved with it. It's a very integral and primary part of my life.
Thank you. On behalf of Meryl and myself, thank you for everything you do in the community, in our synagogue. But your
I do it
friendship
because I
today.
want to, but thank you.
Yeah, and we are actually recording this here at the archive, the B'nai Jacob Archive Room. Right above me, actually, you can see a picture of Ted Cantor as West Virginia Trial Lawyer Association president. Hopefully, when you come here on the 125th, you come downstairs to our new finished downstairs given by the Bernstein family. You'll see all the renovations downstairs, but you'll also come into our archive room and be able to reminisce about many of the memories that Ted is talking about today, and hopefully you'll join him for our 125th, which will take place on September 27th through the 29th. Begins with a Friday night. If you come, we'll make sure that you have a place to spend Shabbat dinner. Then Saturday morning, our services, followed by a wonderful Kiddush luncheon. Saturday evening, a gala at the Marriott. And then Sunday, a brunch. And hopefully you'll stay home for the holidays and stay with us, your home here, and bring in the new year of Rosh Hashanah with us. On behalf of Ted and B'nai Jacob, thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
And please come in. All of my siblings are coming in with most of their children. Most of my children will be here. Also in this room, there's just you're all going to find pictures of yourselves, and you're going to find lots of memories. There's a whole page dedicated to my grandmother, who anybody is of my age or older remembers probably going to be the best bagel you've ever had from then until now. So yeah, do come back. I think you'll enjoy it.
Excellent. Again, shalom.